With that poll question, should couples be allowed to have 50 guests in attendance at their wedding? And will this be a lifeline for the events sector to begin to bounce back and hopefully prevent job losses? Joining me now is head chef and head of operations at the Heaven's Gate venue, Sven Kristiansen. Sven, good evening and thank you for your time. 50 people at a wedding, could that be a lifeline or even a way in which we can begin to imagine a regrouping of the sector and some kind of recovery?
Good evening, and thanks for having me. I think with 50 people, you can still control it. You know what, if you can do the proper procedures in place by screening all the guests, you were saying something just now that said that, you know, it's two families coming together and friends. So you have their contact details and you can, you know, rectify all that through those contact details. But 50, we do quite a few 50s, and it's easier to control than you having your numbers of 500 to 1,000 people. You can have that social distancing from that, as long as the guests do comply to the new regulations.
Now,
I would say,
I'm saying some venue operators have been saying our staff alone comes to about 50 people. So if that's the number, we might as well not open up.
That is actually true. Our numbers, when it comes to staff, we work around between anything from 6 to 12 on site. So those numbers that you're thinking of of 50 people, it's a function venue that's hosting about 1,000 guests. So, you know, our max capacity is 150 to 200. So if we can do 50, the staff on board is about anything between 6 and 8, and we still get the job done.
Is it cost effective for you? I mean, how do you prepare a meal for 50 people or less and still be able to run a sustainable business?
Well, you know, our smaller numbers, when it goes to 50 and under, you know, we do a lot of baby showers and kitchen teas. So the staff on that only need about 4 people. So it's so quick and easy to do that. The thing, I think, the biggest thing at the moment is when you start serving buffet. Now, buffet for us, we don't do it all the time. We prefer plated, where we can control the portion of food. We can also control the cross-contamination. Whereas with buffet, your guests are all touching that same spoon. So we can control that by doing it by plated.
Now, there's been, of course, an opening of some sort of travel, particularly for businesses. Have you been getting inquiries from the corporate sector about possibly using your venues? And are you clear on what the regulations say as far as that is concerned?
Unfortunately, we haven't had any clear indication on the regulations for opening up. At the moment, we haven't had any queries on corporate. But a lot of queries for people still asking for weddings and stuff for next year and still at the end of the year. So couples are still excited to get married.
And how do you play out the refund situation? Can couples be refunded in South Africa? Do you prefer they postpone or they cancel outright?
We've been very blessed. Most of our couples, I would say 90% of them have asked to extend their time. No refunds have been asked, I think 1 or 2. But we give them a credit note, and thanks to our brides and grooms, they've been very patient with us. So we also want to say thank you to them for being patient.
And how are you keeping in touch? Because many have been saying this is that opportunity to harness relationships and make sure that you allay their anxieties, but you keep them hopeful also of a great wedding coming up and maybe even sharing more ideas at this time.
Yeah, we started on, I think, when level 4 kicked in, the two of us still went back into the office just to follow up on emails with any questions that the couples did have for us. We have told them we're still here, we're not going anywhere, so they're still excited about that. And every time we go to another level, we just contact our couples again and just say where we are and that we're still on track.
And as far as reimagining the spaces in which you operate and reimagining events and weddings going forward, there's been all talk of incorporating technology and maybe making more intimate, more custom-made events going forward, that being the new norm. What is your thinking?
With weddings, I think it's difficult to add a technical side. Well, like what they're doing with corporates and events and stuff like that. Weddings, they want everyone there. I think the biggest thing is the risk of on the dance floor, maybe. But yeah, we haven't got that far yet.
Sven, appreciate your time. Thanks for coming through tonight. That is Sven Kristiansen there. He is